Does this UI look like a $200 piece of software? Let's dissect it and see what does and doesn't make it so. First off, let's remind ourselves what it is. It is an audio production software to correct sound for numerous purposes. Additionally, you may find it useful to look at a quick overview of the Soothe2 brand touchpoints that led us to the user interface itself and made the user to be ready to use the plugin without reading long manuals. Every product review on this channel is quite broad. I rely on heuristic and stylistic evaluations to provide a deep analysis. The audio software niche changes rapidly, and we don't want to miss out on opportunities that others might capitalize on by bending the rules. So I dive deep into the style, proportions, colors, typography, branding, and visual competition. Guess what surprises me? While this product is designed to smooth out sound, its color suggests the exact opposite. Let's dive into why that is. As every design history teacher says, mind the style. Every style adds an emotional baggage to the product. Make sure this baggage is relevant. Check this out: a sleek, minimalistic user interface, and the designer did a great job using slight skeuomorphic details to enhance the shapes and edges. The gradient, it looks like a dusk sky, and it's fantastic. There are certain elements of the Swiss style known for its distinctive asymmetry. I can almost feel the golden ratio and this asymmetrical grid. Can you also spot the traces of the Bauhaus and constructivism styles here? I bet you can. However, most users tend to overlook minor stylistic and usability imperfections. Here's an interesting fact about blue color that might surprise designers. Before the 15th century, there were no blue pigment in paintings, simply because this pigment haven't been discovered yet. When artists got this pigment, it cost as an arm and a leg. That is why they used it for noble and religious themes and in most glorious artworks. This is why blue became trendy back then. Likewise, the recent surge in blue LED popularity. When LED first hit the market, they got associated with technology, future, and innovation. The blue in this UI matches the product's name and feels familiar to Scandinavian users. Plus, this color adds a touch of innovation, technology, future, and that fits well with the interface graphics. Let's recap. The Scandinavian designed UI feels innovative, cold, ice sharp, and even tricky. Now, let's define what kind of product this is. An old tradition in audio industry dictates that a smooth, warm, pleasing sound is often represented by warm shades like orange, gold, or red. Audio professionals typically associate these colors with analog, expensive lamp sound. What we see here is quite opposite. The color is cold. This might be why some professionals don't like this plugin. They don't link Soothe2 with the high quality and warm sound that they expect. And perhaps this UI suggestion by our designer isn't perfect and isn't supporting the warm and expensive sound, so I prefer pale more, but at least it's more contrasting and nice and catchy, I guess. What do you think, guys? Am I taking it too seriously with this cool, innovative color that conflict with the warm, expensive sound that professionals expect? Let me know in the comments. Well, basically, Soothe doesn't have any direct competitors due to its unique technology, and what we see on this page, the developer prioritized the technological feel over emulation. My colleagues compiled a list of products that have similar to Soothe2 but not exact matches. There are, popular options like Fab Filter, Pro Q, Neutron, Ozone 8 and others. Yet, none of them are quite the same. The Soniball Essential Bundle with this smart compressor and limiter, also might be a possible alternative. Here we have a list of visual competition to start off. Also on this page you can see plugins priced around $200. Let's find similar visual styles relevant to the audio plugins, look broader beyond the audio industry and find the feel and emotions that product evokes. This strategy gives you two options: to stand out or to be reminiscent. I've done similar competitive research during my Arturia pigments review, so you can check this out. During visual evaluation, it's crucial to compare both software and hardware products within the same price range to see how the styles stack up. When you look at Soothe2, you immediately spot key elements: a large central knob, reminiscent of the Roland synthesizer's alpha dial, and a prominent graphic display. This display is notably popular among beginners who often like playing with knots. This large knob controls the depth of sound, and that thanks to the excellent interface. Its function is clear. This way, users know what they need to adjust most. As for researchers, my personal observation: it's not enough to find which controls are used most. I gain insights from what users don't use and don't tell me, and try to understand and ask them why. See my list of UX mistakes that we found. As for the graphic display, why AQ-like format? This is an interesting design choice for this innovative type of plugin. What do you think, guys? The grid is almost perfect, while we might find some minor imperfections that are almost invisible to a regular user. I chatted with this fellow hobbyist. He showed me how he works with Soothe2. Basically, he loads the plugin and it's already busy processing the sound. I quote him, "I haven't done anything yet, but it's already busy processing my sound." And to me, it sounded both worrying and scary, because how can you measure whether it's good or bad? From the UI point of view, I'm not convinced with that approach. But upon deeper research, when you enable Delta, you can see the plugin suggests the frequencies to be removed. And here, this is an interesting point, we can get this blue color idea to the next level. What I mean is that you can take the red color as something unpleasant that you want to remove, and use it. Let me know in the comments if you have better idea. As expected, it is well done. There are just minor remarks from our UI designer that you can see. Apart from amazing recognition, the plugin has this ability to explain every control. Just hover over a mouse and you can see what the control does. There is one non-critical but quite popular mistake when the preset browser doesn't look like one. Non-English speakers, non-native English speakers might find it confusing and might make this mistake. This is what I saw from my research when non-professional, they just didn't use the preset browser because they didn't realize it was the preset browser. So mind that your preset browser should look like one, not like a text label. Also, you can see our suggestions for other minor issues. Let me know if you share my perspective. In general, the system is forgiving, allowing you to make mistakes and easily correct them. Why is user understanding important in UX? That would shape the product structure. For instance, using it as planned, as a side chain, or just like in this Reddit post, like a magical pill. For all cases, there is a shortcut list available. Plus, you can input the precise number. So this is really convenient in some cases. Upon this UX perfection, there is a freedom of creativity, the ability to use the product in ways not planned. Here is an interesting example. A sound designer who uses Soothe2 to add frequencies instead of filtering them out. Well, with Soothe2, users have two options: delve into the theory of music and sound recording, purchase expensive equipment, rent pro recording studios, or do their best and enhance the audio in post-production with Soothe2. Beginners understandably view this plugin positively, while the professionals and software developers tend to be more skeptical. The title isn't capitalized, which I like because it looks pleasant and friendly. All the fonts here are clean, smooth, and easy to read, while module titles benefit from capitalizing. It is inconsistent in a way, but it's okay. This simple and modest typography doesn't overwhelm the plugin and suits the brand well. We couldn't identify the typeface, but it looks similar to Avenir, which is translated from French as future, and quite a remarkable typeface. The review would be incomplete without discussing the technology behind Soothe2. As I mentioned, the product is quite unique. It enables both beginners and professionals to easily fix sound imperfections. As this producer told me that almost every vocal or guitar recording comes with undesired artifacts, and he always removes them using Soothe2, which makes me associate Soothe2 role with fixing poor physical hardware processing of sound and replacing multiple VST solutions. Yes, innovations must bring ease to the users. So, as a design agency owner, I have this controversial question for you. If this innovative technology helps the users by addressing the recording and mastering errors, or prevents them from becoming an expert or better at that expertise, let me know your professional opinion. Innovation in user interface. Well, this is the most interesting for us as a UI design agency topic. My art director insists that Soothe2 doesn't really push any UI design boundaries. He pointed out some couple of excellent design examples like Oeksound Soothe2 and some by native instruments. Yet, I need to say, my remark that this is a small development company compared to the mentioned brands. So, from this perspective, the work on the UI is quite remarkable. If you're curious in exploring what makes a UI innovative in today's world, I could make a video about it. Such UI could cost a developer $1,500 and higher. But once you choose a more or less mid to senior graphic designer with attention to detail and smart stylistic choices, your average 70 hours of effective work will cost you from 35,000 to 25 grand. But I don't think that you want to trust the stylistic choice to a B category designer. And if you are seeking for artistic direction, which includes research of the technology, so the price can vary starting from $80 to $100 per hour on Upwork or services like so. Please note that you need to consider some extra costs like revision of your UI design. This is your time. Managing separate designers. This is also your time. So this expense can be evaluated like $200 per hour. Well, I believe you know better your hourly rate, especially as a product owner. The difference between pro and beginner is the attention to detail, proper style usage, and innovative ideas in visualizing technology. I doubt that a junior designer is capable of that attention to detail, so strong art direction is definitely present here in Soothe. I'm constantly fantasizing that the product owner is an art director here. He has grown under perfect Scandinavian architecture, graphic design influence, where it's almost a crime to choose a poor typeface. From a stylistic standpoint, the style is clean, straightforward and simple, yet it is enhanced with subtle gradients. The UI is designed for a broad audience, including beginners, which is why it doesn't have any luxurious and lush feel. The product UI silently communicates a vibe of technology and function, with a style that supports this concept. From a heuristic standpoint, everything checks out. Error prevention, consistent compliance with standards, and clear indication of systems response. And that, to my opinion, was the intention: modest, stylish UI. I am grateful to Oeksound for creating such a consistent and smooth product experience by taking visual strategy seriously. I hope graphic designers and product owners have gained valuable insights from this review.